can we just talk about the tragedy, the travesty, it was rigged. 3 out of the 4 of those games were rigged. I'm just saying it. I'm saying it right now. Let's go over the let's call it wild card. It wasn't a wild card. It was predetermined. They picked them. Anyway. The first game we had was Kansas City going in to Houston against the Texans, going into their home. They walked into their front door, and they were like, bitch, this our house now. That's what they said. And that's what they did. Because as I predicted, I didn't predict the score, but if I did, this would have been the exact score. 30-0. I don't even think Houston showed up for the game. I really don't. Any thoughts on that game, DJ? That was sort of painful to watch at times.
I was at a conference. So I didn't see a lot of the game. I was kind of watching a couple of seconds I actually did get to watch. Yeah, it was it was not good. I got to watch like a little bit of the second half, a little bit of the third quarter of this game. It was not good. I thought it was going to be closer than it was, but the Chiefs are a solid team. You can't win 11 in a row and not be at least pretty good. So the Chiefs got a chance to really make some noise in the playoffs, I feel like, and I had said something about that last week, even though they were playing the Texans. I still feel like the Chiefs, because they've won so many games in a row, have a chance to make some noise in the playoffs. I would like to see them in the Super Bowl. I think it would be cool. Justin would be happy, but let's see. I feel like this game, it didn't go as exactly how I expected it to be. I expected it to be actually more defensive than it was, and it was defensive for the Chiefs. For the Chiefs, that was about it. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I got to say. It's unfortunate because I didn't get a chance to really watch all of these games, but I got a chance to watch more so some of the Sunday ones than I did the Saturday ones.
Yeah. The other Saturday game, and I'm so sorry that you missed this game because it was 2 of your favorite teams ever. We had the Pittsburgh Steelers going into the jungle, Cincinnati, up against the Bengals. I thought this was a really good game, and I was pissed. I think it came down to a field goal, if I'm not mistaken, and I was so mad. I really wanted the Bengals to win. Not that I'm a Bengals fan, but I just don't. I don't want to see Pittsburgh in another Super Bowl or even getting close. Like, they already have 17 Super Bowl champions. I don't know. I think it would have been cool to see a team like Cincinnati, who hasn't been, in that close to a Super Bowl in long time. And I thought they played really well. Actually, I thought both teams played really well. It was physical as you would expect. It was intense. You could feel the animosity between the teams. Neither of these teams like each other. It's a deep-seated hatred. And there was a bunt. There was a lot of penalties. There was a lot of fights during the game, which kind of made it out to be a better game than even better. But any thoughts on your two favorite teams?
I didn't see much of this game, but this was like actually one of the games I got to watch more of on Saturday because I got like a break in between some of my sessions, so I got a chance to watch a little bit of this, and I did get a chance to actually watch the end of this game, the last couple of possessions, or probably like last 2 possessions from both teams. This game was really good. I wish I would have got a chance to really watch the whole thing. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember I think the Steelers were in control pretty much the entire game until around about um, the end of the third quarter, from what I remember. But I was watching it. I was actually in a hotel, so there was a bar like right there where the TVs were, and I was just sitting there watching it, and everyone was a Steelers fan. Like everyone in that vicinity was a Steelers fan. And then it was funny when the Bengals started to come back because I wasn't actually at the bar anymore. I was just thinking, I bet you they are really mad right now. you know, um, but that game, the ending of that game was really good. You don't expect anything less from these two teams. I actually, a little bit of me was cheering for the Bengals because I was like, if AJ McCarron wins this game, I wonder how much controversy there's going to be around Andy Dalton. Like he played well this year, but he still hasn't won a playoff game. And Marvin Lewis is, now 0-7 in playoff games. So, you know, this was a good game, which I expected it to be from what I actually got to watch. But yeah, I want to. I just don't feel like the Steelers didn't look great in this game at all. They were playing against a solid, really, really, really good defense. So I mean, for anyone who's trying to still say the Steelers are the best team in the league, they can like stop by now, because they lost to the Ravens, which I don't know how they did it. Um, you know, and then they won their Week 17 game, which I don't think they looked good in that game either. So they haven't looked that great. So I mean, I don't think they could beat like a Patriots team or anything like that. So I mean, I don't, and the Patriots aren't even that great at this point. So like I don't, I honestly feel like I can't remember. Yeah, if they end up playing the Chiefs play at home, and if the Steelers play the Chiefs, they're in trouble. The Steelers are in trouble because another solid defense in Kansas City on the road again. I mean, that it's gonna be. I mean, and it's not even like my hatred for the Steelers. It's just I've watched them play for the last couple of weeks, and they just haven't looked like the same team that we were trying to say it was going to the Super Bowl not too long ago.
Yeah. Uh, Next was one of the games I was really looking forward to. And it was a really close game. And why? Why? We had Seattle going into Minnesota. It was cold. You could see your breath. It was a good game. I liked it. Somehow Seattle won 9-10. You heard that right. 9-10 by one friggin' point. I was upset. Again, I don't think Seattle is as good as, even in the beginning. I didn't think.
Go ahead and say it. You want to say it, Casey. You want to say it.
I never thought Seattle was as good as they thought they were. And I really wanted to see Minnesota do something. I wanted to see Minnesota make it out of the wild card and, see what they could do. Because they've been playing really well. Even in this game, they played really well, I felt like. At times, I honestly felt like they played better than Seattle did. Any thoughts on the – clearly, it was rigged, clearly.
It's funny because Seattle, they're the greatest team ever. I tell you, that's what the analysts will tell you. That's probably what the fans will tell you at this point. But they barely. I mean, and they only won this game because of that missed kick at the end. Hate to pile on Blair Walsh. I'm sure he's getting enough. But I think the laces were out on that football, so it's the holder's fault, obviously. But I think I feel like let me look at the stats here. 142, 100. Don't play video. Don't play during my talking. Can you hear this video?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, it's gonna stop in a minute. But speaking of Peyton Manning, trying to give me a signal that they're gonna win next week. But but Seattle, 142 yards passing. You know, Russell Wilson's the greatest thing we've ever seen. I tell you, I like the guy personally, but you know, this isn't the same Russell Wilson I saw from the last 5 weeks, who's thrown like 24 touchdowns and 1 interception. You know, but they barely just by a lace, if I can use that one, did they win this game. This was a good game though. It was a good defensive game. It went, you know, it kind of went back and forth defensively, I guess, more than anything. But you know, the Vikings were in control too. The Vikings were firmly in control of this game until the end. And I'm sure the analysts on the next day, oh, they found a way to win. I tell you. But if any other team just found a way to win, they would be like, oh, they're not that good. So that's what I'm gonna say about Seattle.
All right. And then our final game Sunday was the Green Bay Packers going up against the DC Auras. That's what I'm going to call them from now on. Not the Washington Redskins or the Washington Auras. It's going to be the DC Auras or the DC Auras. You know, however you want to say it. Again, they should have won. It was weird because I felt like, you know, the past couple weeks we were saying, you know, Green Bay wasn't playing well. It wasn't the old Green Bay, you know, something was wrong. And then they come into this game and win 35-18. I was like, what? What? No, you can't just – no. That was what the Colts were supposed to do. They were supposed to play really bad and then come into the playoffs and blow everybody out. Not Green Bay. No. Washington should have – say it, you know. Thoughts on, you know, it's rigged, I tell you. It's rigged.
You know, I'd say once again, it seems like a recurring theme. I didn't think Green Bay looked that great in this game. The first half they didn't look good at all. They weren't moving the ball at all, and it actually looked like, you know, from my friend's Snapchats, because I actually got a chance to actually watch this game, but from my friend's Snapchats too, if I didn't get to, that Washington was firmly in control of this game too, you know, but you know, Green Bay, you know, they found their offense late, it seemed like, and I still can't trust Green Bay. You know, I know Aaron Rodgers has the experience in the playoffs. You know, he has the Super Bowl ring, but I just can't trust Green Bay the way they've been playing this year. And I don't think if they end up going up, if they end up going up against, who else is in the NFC? Who's the top two in the NFC? Arizona is one, and
Uh,
who's the next one?
Aren't the
Yeah, the
Panthers?
Panthers. Yeah, the Panthers. If they go up against either of those teams, I don't see them beating them. You know, it feels like like you got the top seeds, and then you got everybody else in these playoffs this year. Except for the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots are that good. I feel like you could switch the Patriots with the Chiefs because I think the Chiefs have played more consistently than the Patriots have, especially recently. So, did Viscera just do a small pack? Sorry, I just saw Viscera do a small package. I was impressed. Anyway, uh, you know, I feel like, you know, we've been saying this all year. You've either been really good or you've been really bad. There really hasn't been an in between. So I feel like that's kind of how it is with the playoffs. Like, there's teams that are really good, and you know, there's teams that just aren't gonna beat those teams. You know, so I'm interested in this week, or well, yeah, this week.
Yeah. So that was our last week's wild card picks. And I am kind of stretching this out a little bit just in case the other guys want to come in, give them a little bit of time. But I was actually looking at the divisional games coming up, and I was just thinking of all of the past Super Bowls that theoretically we could see again. We could see Super Bowl I the Packers versus the Chiefs. I think that would be pretty cool. We could see, let's see, the Patriots versus the Packers from Super Bowl 31. Packers versus the Broncos. Basically, the Packers versus anybody. Packers versus the Broncos. Patriots versus the Panthers. Seahawks versus Steelers. Steelers versus Cardinals. Steelers
Actually,
versus Packers.
come to think about it really quick, wasn't the Patriots versus the Panthers Tom Brady's first Super Bowl? I think it was. Because I remember they had the Tuckle thing. I think it was. Because the Panthers haven't won it has to be. The Panthers haven't won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that might have been it. Yeah.
So that would be an interesting, storyline going into the Super Bowl.
I think that would be cool. Also, for Super Bowl 50, if it was the Chiefs versus the Packers, that would be pretty cool, just having the first and the 50th.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch that could, basically be rematches almost, which is kind of cool. But let's just get into the divisional picks. First off, we have the Saturday afternoon game. We got at 4:35 Eastern time. You figured out if you're on the West Coast, because I'm not going to do math right now. Or if you're, Central, I don't know. We got Kansas City going into New England. With the consistency, I could see Kansas City winning this game. I think they're a better team. I think, sort of nostalgic-wise, I don't even know if that's the right word I'm looking for, but people think the Patriots are better, than basically any team. So, I mean, that could get into, Kansas City's head a little bit, but I think Kansas City is just a better team in general. So I think they could come out of this with a win. What do you think?
Look, I was looking back at the Panthers' history, and their second year in the NFL, 1996, they actually went to the NFC Championship game. So that was pretty cool to think about. But yeah, they did. When they lost the Super Bowl in 2003, that was when Tom Brady won the Super Bowl, his first Super Bowl. So that's pretty interesting too. But I feel like I've been saying that you've said it too, that the Patriots don't look like the same team that they did when they were undefeated for that period of time with injuries and everything like that. So I feel like the Chiefs are definitely gonna win this game. I obviously, the Patriots are gonna put up a fight. They obviously have a chance of winning. They're what number? Are they still the number one seed?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they are the number one seed. So obviously, it would be interesting to see the Chiefs pick up this victory. I think they will. They've won. We've already said they've won so many games in a row, and they're just playing at a high level right now. They're playing, in every portion of the game. Defense, their offense is, lighting it up, and their special teams isn't making mistakes. So.
Yeah. So our next Saturday game is going to be at the 8:15 game, so the Saturday night game. It's going to be Green Bay heading into the desert, into Arizona, where they grow their grass outside. They bring that grass inside. They rolled it out to play. I mean, that's dedication. I mean, we've been talking about it all season. That is dedication to your team. And I think that's going to that's not going to get them the win, but they're going to get the win. Arizona is. I think they're just that much better. Like we were saying, they won the wild card game, but they didn't play well. It was rigged. It's rigged, I tell you. But Arizona is going to get this W. What do you think?
It's kind of a game because the Packers didn't look that great last week, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the last time we saw the Cardinals, they ended up playing Seattle, and they didn't look that great when we saw them. So, this is kind of an interesting thing. But one thing about the Cardinals we got to think of, you can obviously have one bad game, whereas the Packers have had their string of bad games throughout the season. Plus, the Cardinals at home, they're a tough team at home. They're a tough team in general this season. So I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals a lot. It's kind of tough for me to say if I want the Panthers to win or if I want the Cardinals to win. To win it all, like who I'm rooting for to win it all. I'd like to see either one of those teams win it all. It's been a while for the Cardinals. I know, especially. They had that Super Bowl against the Steelers in 2011, I think, maybe 2010. Which that one was an interesting one. I think I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of the Madden cover because I know they had the Seahawks. They had Fitzgerald and Palomalu on the cover. That's why I was trying to think of. But
I thought it was like 2008 or 2009.
It might have been 2009. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I wanna see how it's gonna go. I want to see this is probably still gonna be a good game, but it's once again Green Bay playing a really good defense, which could haunt them because they haven't been really that great against good defenses this year. It doesn't seem like because Minnesota was a good defense and they were in control of that game. Are we talking now? Minnesota from a couple of weeks ago, actually, and then the game they played against the Redskins too. But got confused. But I'm going with obviously the Arizona Cardinals
because of the grass, obviously. So let's see. Next we got them Seattle Seahawks on Sunday at 1:05. I don't know why I started doing that accent. I don't know, but they're gonna go to Carolina. Gonna hang out there. See the sights. Since it's gonna be their last game of the season, why not? Visit Carolina. It's beautiful there. North Carolina, South Carolina. You can't go wrong. But they're gonna go play a game against the Carolina Panthers, and they're gonna lose that game. Because Carolina, they got that one loss, but that took that monkey off their back, and they're like, you know what? That's okay. We can lose one, but no more. No more, Cam. Cam. No more. As I look into the cam, see what I did there? Cam. I hate my life. Yeah, I think Carolina is gonna win this one. They're still on a roll, even with that one loss. It didn't. I don't think it really affected them that much. And I know that DJ's going to go with Seattle because for something, I don't know why he's going to be like because blah blah blah. I don't know, but it's going to be Carolina.
Actually, it's funny because I'm not going with Seattle at all. Yeah, I want to see. The Panthers have been playing well. Obviously, they've only got one loss, and I agree with you that they have not. That loss didn't affect them too much. I even think it took some pressure off of them. And I'd love to see the Panthers win the Super Bowl. I'd love to see a Panthers Arizona Cardinals where I will probably remain neutral next week. Pick that'd be great. But I'm going with the Panthers in this game. Obviously, Seattle's gonna try to find some way of winning. I don't know how they do it, but I feel like the Panthers, could win this game in a defensive game. I think the Panthers have the edge defensively.
Yeah. So the final game of the divisional round is the. For some reason, it's at 4:40. I feel like it should be at 8 something. I don't know why. That's just weird. I don't know how they're setting this up or why they're not at the same times, both Saturday and Sunday. That's just weird. But because it's not like there's any other big games on Sunday. College football is done. Speaking of which, that game depressed me. It really did. But we might talk about that a little bit after the picks. I don't know. But we got Pittsburgh going a mile high. Get it? Because mile highs. To Denver. Where it's hard to breathe. It's hard to breathe up there because it's such high elevation. The air's thin.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
the weed is up there too. And Big Ben, man, I don't think that Big Ben's kind of like ZZ, except I don't like Big Ben. I like ZZ. His condition isn't enough. His cardio, and I don't think he can do it. I don't think that he can, go through a whole 60-minute game. I don't see it happening. I don't think he can do it. I think that's going to be his downfall for Big Ben, and I think that Denver's going to go in and win it. Win it. They're going to be in it to win it, and they're going to win it because they're in it. Win it. DJ.
You remind me of something, actually. Call it over a minute. God, who sung that song? Was it Big Time Rush? I don't know. Anyway, I feel like someone's calling me. I feel like Denver's going to win this game. They're at home. And everybody's like, oh my God, Peyton's out there again. That's not how it is because Peyton sucks. And I'm like, wait. I don't know. There's not a huge difference between the way Peyton was playing when he went out and the way Brock Osweiler was playing when he just recently went out. There's not a big difference. I watched both of them play. They both didn't look that great. The offense was not flowing very well, and I feel like Peyton is a veteran, obviously, first ballot Hall of Famer. So I feel like it's fine and take the reins again. So I feel like because of Peyton Manning, the Denver Broncos are gonna win it.
All right. Those are going to be our divisional picks. Nobody else showed up because, what a surprise. They never show up anymore. Probably because all their teams are out, and they're sore losers. They're so, well, except for Justin, but, I don't know. He has basketball and he goes to bed an hour before us, even though he's an hour. I don't know. It doesn't, I don't know. Justin, why? Why Justin? Before we close, do you have any thoughts on the national championship game if you got to watch it?
Yeah, I did. I didn't watch them all, but I did watch some of it, especially the end. I started watching it, and I was like, this game's over. And then I think Alabama came back, and it was like 24-24 or something like that. And Alabama just ran away with it, and I was like, oh, this game's over. I'm not watching it anymore. And then Clemson came back. the finish was really good. I thought Clemson had it there at the end. I thought they were going to make a big comeback there, but the defense just couldn't hold up. There at the end. I didn't want to see Alabama win again. It seems like it's been a while since Clemson won a title. And I, as I say all the time, I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like Alabama was as good as we thought they were. Because number one, they lost like the first game of the season or something like that, and everybody was like, "Oh, Alabama's not the same team anymore." So I just drank the Kool-Aid and said, "Yeah, that's true. They're not the same team anymore." But I don't know. I feel like it was a good game, but I don't know. I kind of wish Clemson would have won it.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched the game until like the fourth quarter, and then I was like, or third or fourth. Like I think the middle of the third quarter, and I just felt like Clemson played better. I felt like they played hungrier, like they wanted it more. Even down to their coach, you could tell. I mean, nothing against Alabama. They're obviously a good team. They've always been a good team. They have, one of the best coaches in Nick Saban, that you could ask for. But I feel like, he's had, I think they said he's won 4 out of the last 7 or something like that. So it just felt like he didn't really like. It was just another notch on his belt.
I wonder. I don't know what your thoughts about this are, but I wonder. Is he, obviously he's winning championships because he's a freaking coach. But I wonder, is he trying to, get another job in the NFL? Because that was an extreme failure. My dad will tell you he's not a fan of Nick Saban because of his time with the Dolphins. Um, so I wonder if he's trying to get another job at the pro level, because we haven't seen a lot of college coaches do well at the pro level. It doesn't seem like not, a lot of college head coaches more so.
I mean, he could. I would be an advocate for him becoming a pro head coach again. For maybe the Patriots. Yeah, the Patriots would be a good one. Basically any team I don't like, that would be great. That would be really
So the
good.
Patriots, the Titans, the Jaguars, and the Texans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not so much the Titans because we could beat them anyway. But yeah, Jacksonville, Houston, yeah, Patriots, yeah, just a thought.
What about Tampa Bay?
No, he's not allowed to coach Tampa Bay. He's not allowed to coach Tampa Bay.
They don't have any. They don't have a coach anymore, so
he's not allowed to coach Tampa Bay, Miami, Oakland, or Indianapolis, or the new. He could coach the new LA Rams because they're officially going back to LA now, it seems weird to me. I don't know. I just can't. Is that weird to you? Are you okay with that? Are you upset that they're leaving St. Louis?
First off, am I on your computer? I was just wondering because I saw you looking at your computer, and I was like, "Am I on your computer or am I in some random spot in your room?"
You're down here, but the camera's up here, so
okay.
it's.
That's what I was thinking. I'm wondering. I forgot the question. I was so confused by what was going on.
What are your thoughts on the Rams going back to LA?
Yeah, it is weird. It's weird to see a football because it wasn't my generation when there was a football team in LA, or whatever. But it's gonna be cool because I know the Rams were in LA before, and I hope it kind of helps them out too because obviously, helps them out with ticket sales. It'll probably help them out at least the first little bit. I don't know what. I guess it depends on what the Rams are gonna become because they kind of been just on the bubble for the longest time. It seems like I don't know. It's weird to me how Jeff Fisher hasn't lost his job. Speaking of the Rams and the fact that they haven't really had a winning season in a long time.
I don't know. Do you think California has too many football teams? Because that's what my sister said. She's like, why do they have so many teams? They have like 4. And I'm like, because they can. They're California.
Yeah, they're a big state, I don't know. I think it'll make traveling easier for those teams if they ever have to play each other. But I don't know. I don't think they have too many teams. They can always put a team like right in smack dab in Virginia. It'd be great. They should have moved to Virginia. I feel like personally.
I mean, The Virginia Rams. I don't know.
I think it has a nice ring to it. The Varane. The Varane. Look at that.
I mean,
Varane.
like the Norfolk Rams, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe like the West Virginia Rams. Yeah, that one. That sounds good. Yeah, West Virginia Rams. But yeah, that's gonna. I still have to get used to it.
Also, real quick, the last time that the Patriots played the Chiefs won 41-14. So let's look for a repeat.
Let's hope. You know what? No, I don't want a repeat. I want the Patriots to score nothing, not nothing. No, I want a safety. I want multiple safeties actually, and I want touchdowns from Kansas City, and just I want them to run up that score. But anyway, this has been your hour because I feel like you are a part of this now, so it's our picks.
Hey, I've always been a part of this now.
I'm talking to the fans. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the fans. I mean, anyway, we will see you. DJ, say it. Say it, DJ. Say it. You want to say it. Good. It's good. On the flippity dippity.